YouTube. Guys, hopefully you can hear me. Just going to give it a few seconds to just get some people on this stream. I've got my headphones in, so hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the quality is slightly better than if I don't have the headphones in. I haven't done a YouTube live in a while, and I wanted to angle this live around the new journey, the new take. You can ask me anything. You can ask me about style. I'm not worried about that. Hey guys, here we go. We got some people coming on. Abay, Abra, is that it? Arun? Guys, you're really testing me with these names. Hi bro, love you too, man. It's good to see you on this stream. Who else have we got? Say hi in the chat box. Inda, what's going on all the way from India? Sam, what's going on, Sam? Hopefully you're well. Guys, let me know. Can you hear me well? Let me know. Greetings from Argentina. Adrian, hopefully. What time is it out there for you guys in South America? Tam, 0146. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Absalom. Audio is okay. Good. Respect your commitment to change, by the way. No worries, Tam. I'm going to speak about that in just a moment. 1 p.m. Adrian. A little bit later here for me. Cool, we've got the questions rolling in already. Let's just start. So full. Is that how you say your name? Hey bro, will you be doing any more fashion related videos in the future? Now, you know, you've probably seen the journey, you've probably seen the changes, guys, and I'm excited for these changes. I've been a little bit inactive. I didn't want to be as inactive with videos, but I'll explain why in just a moment. But the whole fashion stuff, don't get me wrong, I still am interested in style. I still know the importance of style. It still can really help you improve your confidence, feel better as a person. I'm not ditching it as a whole, but I'm not going out of my way to create these videos. I'm thinking that I will probably do maybe some YouTube star roundup videos. I'm doing maybe some cool Savile Row features, maybe some stuff in London. So I'm not ditching style videos overall on fashion videos, but it's not really my focus. Wow, look at these. All these comments coming in. I've got to go through these now, guys. Love the transition you're making. Thank you, Max. 12 o'clock in Singapore. Is that in the afternoon, midday? Sharp and Dapper, Johan. What's going on, man? Good. Looking forward to seeing you on Friday, man. Hey, guys. You look sleepy. I do look sleepy. I do. To be honest with you, this is a genetic thing. These bags under my eyes are a genetic thing. Maybe I'll do a video on that, actually. And I haven't been sleeping that well. My granddad, 92, I've spoke about him in other videos. He had a fall yesterday. So he was taken home. I stayed with him quite a while yesterday. I brought his bed downstairs so then he could sleep in the lounge. And I've been working from his house all day today. Just come out for a little bit to do this video. Are you rich? Very rich. In different ways. Hey, bro, really inspired from you. Nice to hear that in the Gentleman's Journey. What's up, man? Boy's a sexy dude, thank you. Which brand shirt do you prefer? Brand shirts, it depends on the shirts. I like TM Lewin, to be honest. I've done videos on them before. TM Lewin's great. Hawes and Curtis do some nice shirts as well. Yeah, they're the ones that I normally stick to. Also, I've got a really nice shirt from Chester Barry in London. Cool, Ruben, why did you decide not to do fashion anymore? Now I'll totally unsub you, just kidding. Great decision, and in my opinion, more important. Yeah, Ruben, it was just I wasn't motivated anymore. I wasn't, you know, I didn't want to do 5 ways to wear this. It's just recycled content over and over and over again, and I feel like I've got more to offer in terms of talking about my story, my dad, losing him to suicide, my own mental health, my own depression, just sharing stories, and hopefully that will impact more people. Sharp and Dapper, love the shirt stays. Tam, loving you, Johan. How to improve communication skills in just 1 week. Improve communication skills. One, it's all about confidence. You know, communication skills is definitely all about confidence. It's not worrying what the other person is thinking of you. It's not worrying about if they're judging you. And also at the same time, this guy once said to me, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You know, that simple reason is you need to listen. When you're having a conversation with someone, do more listening, do more questioning, get as much from that person as you possibly can. Make them the center of that conversation. Listen to them and seem interested in them. And also as well, another quick skill that I will mention is matching and mirroring. So If someone is speaking in a very low tone, you need to match that low tone. If someone has closed off body language, you shouldn't be up in their face and shouting at them, because it's going to make them feel awkward. Match and mirror their body language, and match and mirror the way that they are speaking, their tone of voice. All the best for the future. No worries. All the best to you, brother. Thank you. By the way, nice to chat with the person who has talked with the person having 1 million subscribers face to face. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Explain that, Arun. Best of luck. Always here to support you. I appreciate all of this feedback, guys. All of this support. It's really made it, an easy decision for me. I was always going to do it, but your support is massive. My focus is to influence the world and impact people wherever I can. I'm not sure what my next step should be to do that. Tam, you have to think, how do you want to impact people in this world? What stories, everything always comes back to stories. What stories have you got to share? What stories, what impact can you create? The human mind is much more complex than simple style videos. Ruben, completely agree. Hey Paul, have you heard of image streaming? I haven't. I've got so many ideas from you, but I came in trouble about color combinations. To try and explain that a little bit more. Adrian, I suffer from depression and still fighting, trying to be strong. Thank you for sharing, man. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Depression is so common. Depression is something that you have to be okay with, and everyone around you needs to be okay with. It's also important that you've realized it. When I was depressed, when I was suffering with depression, it took me so long to realize it. I just replaced my depression with short-term fulfillment, with short-term pleasure. So I was depressed, I wasn't happy, but I was just spending money. I was going out clubbing, I was buying lots of unwanted, items, and just replacing it with short-term pleasure. And then obviously it all came crashing down for me. But it's good that you've realized that depression, Adrian. But just do as much as you can to try and make yourself feel better. I did a video, 12 ways to boost your mood. Watch that video. Find out what makes you feel good, and just focus on the smaller things. Don't overcomplicate it. And also as well, hopefully you're getting help. I've just completely skipped over that. When I say don't overcomplicate it, what I mean is now when I feel low, when I feel that maybe I'm going into that depression, I know that exercise, eating well, journaling, meditating, all of this really helps me feel good, so I can relate back to those habits, and it's gonna get me back on track. But you also wanna, get help. You also wanna speak about your emotions and deal with them. And my next video is gonna be on that as well. Thanks for sharing about your dad. I lost my brother the same way. Tyler, really sorry to hear about your brother. My brother's had a bad accident, and I can't imagine losing him, to be honest. I'm really sorry that you lost your brother the same way, and hopefully me talking about my dad in some way is helping you deal with your brother. Keep up the good work. Thanks. Any thoughts about vlogging? Benny, me in particular, this is, I would love to. I would love to vlog, and I completely, would say that. And this whole journey idea is intended for me to do a video every day, because I want to be able to do that. But right now it's hard. Right now it's not for me. I can't seem to just whack out a camera everywhere that I go and just record every moment. I should, and I will get to that point. It's the aim, but right now I'm finding it very, very hard. But yeah, hopefully if that's what you meant. If you mean you do a vlog, go for it. It's all about documenting now, creating. And this is what I was getting with style videos as well. I was sitting down and creating. I was writing out a script, whereas I feel like you guys just prefer an authentic version of me, just sharing what I like, and that's why vlogging's so powerful at the moment. Bro, I think you should do a video about relationships too. I can speak about my wife. Maybe I can get her on the video, although I doubt that she will. I'm sorry, it's called Mind Stream. It's basically training your inner eye to imagine more vividly. It's said to help with processing memories. I'm going to check that out. It sounds very interesting. Though there are many videos on YouTube talking with crush, still I'd like to hear from you. I'm having a crush on a girl in my office and I don't want to talk. Please tell me. There's loads Arun, with that, there's loads of videos on it already, and there's loads of information on it already. The one mistake that you're making is you're not taking any action. You're not breaking through that comfort zone. You know that you like her. You know that you should go and talk to her. But the issue is that you're not going and talking to her. You're not breaking through that fear. You're not breaking through that comfort zone. And No YouTube video is going to persuade you to do that. There's a video that I did, watch it, it's called Social Anxiety, How to Overcome Social Anxiety. It was a guy called with Josh Morris, and I went onto the streets of London, was doing high fives with strangers, was doing star jumps and all of this. And it sounds crazy, but it's just pushing through that comfort zone and just going up and talking to her. You know, start small as well. Share some opinions about Tissot watches. I've never used one, to be honest, so I can't give you that. Buying too much is a problem. Is exercise important to get rid from tension? Stress in particular, if that's what you mean by tension, yeah, you know, if I feel stressed, I do like exercise, and that helps me with stress. Are you still depressed? If not, how did you overcome it? No, I wouldn't say I'm depressed now, although it is a battle that I think you always have. Like, I probably have depressive tendencies that I could probably fall back into depression, but the key thing is self-awareness. Like, I'm so self-aware now that I know when I feel down, and sometimes that has a disadvantage because I'm always trying to push to be the best version that I can be. But I know when I'm getting into that depressive state, when I'm maybe feeling low, and when I'm maybe not as good and as positive as I could be. So then I'm self-aware enough to know that I'm not there. I need to work on myself. I need to work on my mentality. I need to exercise. I need to do all of those habits that make me feel good again to get out of the depression. But no, I wouldn't say I'm depressed now. I would actually say, guys, that I'm in probably the best, most resilient headspace that I've ever been in. How do you deal with regrets? This is a good one. I did a podcast on this yesterday. Regrets, guilt, it's kind of the same thing. The podcast that I did yesterday, you can listen to the podcast, guys. If you head over to iTunes, search for my name, or search for the Better Man Journey, or The Journey by Paul McGregor. It used to be called the Ultimate Man Podcast. I did a podcast on it yesterday, and my granddad, 92, he had a fall yesterday, and I've been telling myself to, you know, stop him from driving, telling myself to maybe be more active in terms of stopping him from, you know, going out and taking him shopping. And the thing is, my granddad, he's 92 and he's very independent, he's stubborn, he doesn't accept much help. And I left yesterday after he'd had this fall. I got him into bed, I brought his bed downstairs, I got him into bed, and I left, and I was driving home, and I just had this huge wave of guilt and regret. And I was saying, I regret not taking his car off him. I regret not making sure that, you know, he wasn't going out like he was. But the way that you deal with regret is understand that you cannot control any of that. You know, I can't control the past. You can't control the past. At the same time, I can't control directly the future and what's going to happen in the future. So I left yesterday. I was guilty. Why didn't I do this? I could have stopped this. You know, he had a fall at the weekend, and that was it as well. He had a fall at the weekend. He couldn't get up for hours, and I was going to pop in, but I was in London, visited my brother, got back late, didn't pop in. And now I was like, if I popped in, I would have probably helped him. So I had a lot of guilt, but I realized that I can't control that. I have to let that go. I can only make change in the present moment. I can only make change now. So let go of guilt. Let go of your past regret. It's only going to lead to depression because you're living in the past. And at the same time, let go of worry. Let go of anxiety because you're living in the future. Bring it back to the present. Many people are today in tension, so I'm going to give some tips on that. Can you explain what tension means? Do you mean like stress? What's the biggest, best life lesson you'd like to teach your children? Wow. Probably one of the best questions, Adrian, that I've had, and it's actually stunned me. In all honesty, right now, what I would love to teach them, and what I hopefully am teaching them, is that they can be and they can do whatever they want to if they truly put their mind to it. You know, I don't want them to conform to the rules that a lot of people are told, and I want them to be able to express themselves. You know, if my sons, my children ever feel like they cannot express themselves, that would break my heart. If I feel like they could never be who they truly are because they wanted to impress me or they wanted to impress others, that would hurt me. So I wish, and my biggest lesson I would love to teach to them is that they can openly express who they want to be. Happy for you. Keep up that headspace. You're supported and loved, well looked up to. Thank you. I'm so much antisocial. Help with that. Watch that video, how to overcome social anxiety with Josh Morris. Any thoughts on growing out hair, long hair? Yeah, you know, if you can rock it, rock it. If you're talking about me, no. It's too much maintenance. Maybe a video to help loved ones being able to live with someone with depression. John, good to hear from you. I've actually got a best friend called John Wilson. I'm guessing that's not you. I think that's John. I think, John, you hit up on Facebook. That's coming as well, because I've had a lot of people ask me about this, and I really want to go back to that 6-month period when my dad was in and out of a mental health unit, and I want to talk about that struggle of, you know, there was days that would go, it was a 6-month battle in my own head of fearing that my dad was going to just go and kill himself. You know, he'd go for a walk, he'd go missing, and you know, my first instant reaction is, well, what's he done? And just being around him when he was depressed, being around him when he was suicidal, I want to go back to that point and share those lessons with you and share what I learned. I've been putting it off actually for a while because you know, it wasn't the greatest 6 months, but I've had a lot of people ask, so I will do a video on that, John. Do you like poos? I love poos. Hopefully, did you spell that right? Poos? Hi from Selby, hey. How would I cope if I got absolutely rants by my best mate after... Dan, I don't know, that's one for you to figure out yourself, man. If you could give one emotion to everyone, what would it be? Mine would be optimism. Yeah, and just being true to yourself. Paul, do you like or watch cricket or football? I'm not a huge cricket fan, but I love football. I support Liverpool Football Club. Probably the most frustrating team to support. The last time they won the league was 1990. The time that I was born was 1990. So I think I'm a bit of a burden. We'll take a few more, guys, because it's getting into 20 minutes. How to get, and I want to end this video with something. How to get over prescription drug addiction is the best way to deal with anxiety. Daniel, good one. So addictions, again, I'll do a video on this. You know, I haven't shared the majority of this before, but you know, I'm working on the book at the moment, guys. The book will be coming out next year in the summer, maybe. There's a lot of negotiations going on with that at the moment, but the book is being created, and I've mentioned it in videos before, and I'm open to admitting it now, you know, and my mum is as well. My mum was an alcoholic for, you know, a good period of my you know, life, probably, I don't know, 10 years or so. And when my dad died in the March, she stopped drinking for a little while, but obviously she drank for a long time up into that. And then December, so my dad died in the March 2009, my nan died April 2009, then my mum was in hospital December 2009. And she nearly died of liver failure because of her alcoholic addiction. Long story short, and I'll go much more into detail about this in another video, my mum is now dry off alcohol. She has been for a good few years, and she's turned her life around massively. And I was talking to her about her addiction the other day for my book, and she just said it's all about, her addiction was simply to numb the pain. There was no rational thinking. She didn't want to drink. She didn't want to end up dead because, you know, she had me and my brother. But an addiction was there to help her numb the pain. And before she actually dealt with those issues, she was always going to continue drinking. The day she actually dealt with that issues and with those pain, with that pain that she was trying to distract herself from, with the addiction, you know, the day she actually dealt with it properly was the day that she stopped drinking. So an addiction, and it is, you know, it's very, very complicated. And again, you know, I'm only sharing my personal experience. I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychologist in any way. But for you, I would try and maybe get to a root cause of why you're using, you know, prescription drugs in a way to block out pain. And Daniel, for that, I would highly recommend that you go and see someone. It's what my mum did. It's what I did. So that's my advice that I would give to you. So my car crashed the other day. How would I patch up the crumbage or the wreckage? Tristan, I have no idea. You know, have a little look at your car, take it to someone. I'm not an expert with that, but you know, don't worry. There's worse things in life going on than that. As long as you're safe, as long as you're okay, just get the car sorted out and move on. Which grooming products you would prefer? There's loads. I like L'Oreal Men Expert, Tiege Hanley. Use Tiege. So you must be watching the Ashes. I'm not. You know, I'm not a follower of cricket. Mark, you said on your father's funeral there was a flood of people, yet before his suicide he didn't have any courage to ask any of them any help. Any thoughts on that? Friends and family yet so distant. You know, that's a very good question, and that's you know, that's a big question that I ask myself, you know, for a long time. the issue is, you know, by the time my dad had his breakdown, by the time my dad had just completely, you know, hit this depressive state, attempted to take his own life for the first time, he never probably felt the need to speak to any of these people about maybe what he was going through internally. This is why it was such a shock to all of us, because we didn't know, because he never turned around and spoke to any of us about it. And he just built up these friends groups. He was, you know, well loved by everyone. But up until that point, he never ever expressed it. But after that point, he obviously, you know, opened up a little bit more to some of his better friends, some of his best friends. But with that being said, obviously he didn't open up completely. And also by that time as well, I think it was just too late. So I do believe that although we have these people around us, you know, I've got a lot of friends, I've got a lot of support, but sometimes I maybe don't speak to them in ways that I should. Or I don't, you know, a lot of times people may not feel like they can talk to me about it. And I just feel this is a general issue with men in particular, is that we don't feel like we can talk to our friends about those deeper issues. And I think that's what happened with my dad. Have you ever taken the scenic route? No idea what that means, man. I had a little trouble parking the car the other day. These questions, Dan, I keep them up, man. One of my college mates committed suicide recently. Everyone is just devastated. Should we get a group therapy thing going between us? Yeah, Rob, like, if this is one of your friends and all of your friends are impacted by it, then, you know, talk to each other. Don't try and deal with this on your own, like individually. Talk to each other about it. You're going through the same thing. I lost my friend to suicide, or, you know, he was one of my close friends at school, and then we did lose touch. But he killed himself. You know, it was probably a couple of years after my dad. He was so young. And I remember we all went to the funeral, and again, it was like all of my old school friends got together, and we did talk about it. But again, not as much as we probably should have. Last week, how to deal with negative people. I've done a video on this. It's really just about detaching yourself from their negativity, and when you're on your own, just being positive. If you love yourself, the negative people will bring you down slightly, but they'll never bring you down to a certain level. And also as well, when you don't worry about what people think of you, when you don't always listen to other people's judgments. Like I said this the other day, I don't really care about criticism as much as I used to. I don't care about everyone's opinions of me like I used to, because I only care about a certain small amount of people. If Amy, my wife, judges me, then, you know, I take that into consideration. If my children are judging me, if my mum's judging me, if my brother's judging me, I take all of that into consideration. But, you know, everyone else, I don't really listen to their negativity. Tristan, I suggest that you go and find something to do with your life, man. Right, bruv, what kind of guests will you be having on? Loads. I'll be having, you know, just regular guys on. Just getting normal guys on. I'm not going to be highlighting anyone in particular. Just getting people on. How's your brother doing? Alex, thank you. He's doing well. He's been positive this week. This is my mum's new bungalow, actually. She had to move in last week, so he can then, you know, start coming out gradually. Hopefully we'll have a home visit maybe this month, but he won't be out from hospital until I think February, March. Have you ever been to India? No, I'd love to come though. Suffering from depression and anxiety, you know, watch some of my videos and watch this back. I shared this in a minute ago, but, you know, sorry to hear about that. We just want to make you smile, mate. Smiling is good for everyone. Smiling's great. That's crazy. If you just smile, guys, or if you laugh, everyone takes things so seriously. And I don't know if you know, do you guys know each other? Dan and Tristan, with the funny questions about pooing and stuff. Just laugh more. Life should be fun. Don't take it so seriously. Right, last one. I'm just going to answer one more. How do you ask for help, Paul? People don't understand depression, and the services out there are so inadequate. It's difficult for anyone to know what to do. The thing is, John, there's no one size fits all. The way that I handle my emotions and my depression is going to be different from how other people handle it. You know, for me, it was all about talking. The issue that I've got now at the moment is I feel like people are stressing it upon men to cry. It's like, it's fine to cry, and men should cry. Emotions are fine. Cry, cry, cry. But really, some people aren't built like that. And I feel like now men are thinking, if I'm not crying, I'm actually dealing with this. So the way that we deal with our emotions and the way that we open up is going to be different. So I went to a counselor, it didn't work. I tried speaking to other people, it didn't work. I met this one lady. I went there because she was an holistic therapist. She was Anne. How old is Anne now? I don't want to say, but she's probably, you know, approaching her 70s. And I went there, you know, just for my back problems, holistic therapy for my back problems. And within 3 sessions, I was in floods of tears, talking about my dad, talking about everything. And she got the most out of me. But, you know, I've had other people that have dealt with it by writing it down and giving it to their wife, or writing down how they feel and giving it to someone close to them, or going and seeing a counselor, or going to group therapy, or, you know, finding purpose, finding meaning in life. And I think that's so key as well. Once you find meaning in life, it does make it easier to deal with it. So that meaning in life could be, you know, creating music. It could be changing career. It could be doing something for other people. Whatever it is, there's so many different ways to deal with it. And I will do a video on this, John. And this will be my next video. I just want to make that clear. All right, guys. My style guru. As you've come in, last question, Ben. Best way to turn things around when you're feeling unproductive, unmotivated. Every Man, go and check out his channel, very good channel. And he bought me a shot, and he didn't know the prices of the shot. When we were in London, he came, bought me a shot, someone else a shot, himself a shot, and I think it cost nearly £40. Something like that, was that right? But going back, unmotivated. It's just all about purpose. So like for me, I wasn't motivated to do the style videos anymore, the fashion videos anymore. Whereas now I feel a lot more motivated to do what I'm doing, is because I have much more meaning attached to it. So it's attaching a why to it. So what I would say is, if you're feeling unmotivated, if you're not feeling productive, then you have to attach why. Why are you doing this? As soon as you know the reasons why you're doing it, you will get motivated for it. So like losing weight, you know, I want to go gym. You know, I'm not very motivated to go to the gym. As soon as you question why, but why am I going to the gym? Because, you know, I want to improve my health, or even stronger than that, because I've had a bet with my friend that I need to lose a stone before Christmas, otherwise I have to pay them £1,000. Accountability, you know, attaching why to reasons, attaching why to why you're doing something, and also accountability will help you get stuff doing. £40 for shots, yeah. Seeking in quickly to say hi. Hey man, how you doing? Every Man's channel is cool. Yeah, he's a cool guy as well. Go and support him. All right, guys, I'm going to sign out here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Nearly half an hour long. If you're watching this back on the replay, guys, let me know in the comments below. You can also leave some questions in the comments below if I haven't answered them. If you want to keep the funny ones going on, Dan, Tristan, keep them going, guys. Put a few in the comments below if you want, and see what people are saying. And yeah, just let me know some more questions in the comments. I'll happily jump in and answer them. If you guys have commented on my videos before, you know I'll always try and comment back. And have a great day, have a great evening, whatever time it is here. Look, it's getting dark outside now, as you can see. All right, guys, see you all soon.